Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we take our bougie boyfriend and we stay at a hostel. Like John.
No, John.
Why did you think this was going to go right?
None of this was going to go right.
None of this was going to go right. No.
You know why? Because Sprite's not a good guy.
Sprite's a problem.
I love Sprite. I want him on my television 24/7. I don't want him with John.
Sprite is an agent of chaos, and every season needs one, and he's delivering.
Here he is, yeah.
Delivering.
He just gives such good face. Like,
oh my God. He triggers me on such a deep level because he has all the energy of my teenage daughters.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh. and I think it's the next episode where they're shopping.
Mm-hmm.
That's me shopping with my daughters at any given point.
Ugh.
I don't like anything. I don't like anything. Oh, you don't like anything. You only like the t-shirt at Aerie for $65. Mm-hmm. You don't like any other t-shirt in the entire mall. Nope. Nope.
And you know what? They can have that t-shirt and that's it. One t-shirt you
right.
get.
Okay.
At that price point, you get one t-shirt.
Your budget's $150. So go ahead and blow a third of it on t-shirt.
Sure. That's what you want, man. You're going to be wearing it every damn day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they'll come home like a few weeks later and they'll be like, look at all the cool t-shirts I got at the thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So when it's your money, you go to the thrift store.
Yes. I don't understand where you're confused, to be honest.
Speaking of money, we got a little bit of news in the Archer house yesterday that Timmy and I are on an unemployment journey together.
Now, yay!
So today's day 3.
How's it going?
Well, so far so good.
Okay.
He's been out there doing farm stuff.
Okay, he's doing his own Timmy work all the time.
I'm in here doing podcast stuff.
Okay.
So,
this could, I'm always worried that this will turn into a pandemic, be on top of each other problem.
Timmy worked the entire pandemic. So
so you didn't have that problem.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to say something. I was incredibly moved last night. I'm just lying in bed and I get this notification on my phone. I go, bing, bing, bing. And I open it up. Another one of our patrons has moved to that truly Grace Brown tier. And I'm like, I cannot put into words what the generosity of our audience has meant to me.
I know.
Because
we have the best listeners.
They're signing up for Patreon. They're signing up for, and like it has made this time in my life so much less stressful than it could have been.
Good. And
I just want to thank everybody. Like from the bottom of my heart, I will give you as much content as I physically can to make up for this.
We just had the conversation of how many shows a week are we putting out?
And
are you putting out? And I'm only part of them.
It's a lot just because my brain is scattered. Like I'm trying to. I want to give a couple shows a lot of attention instead of a lot of shows a little bit of attention.
Okay.
So that's scattering me a little bit, but I will do anything for the Backdoor Friends.
Of course.
I love them so much.
I love the Backdoor Friends too. And we're at almost 1,600.
I know. I can't even. Speaking of, we're going to do toe, right? We can announce. We've decided. Okay.
I was always team toe. This one had to come to it in her own way. And she's here. And we get to talk about Sarper and his jizz-crusted bed.
Sarper and his layers of jizz. So guys, 90 Day The Other Way is premiering July 1st. We will be putting it on Patreon at the $5, $8, and $12 and $25 tier.
Yes.
And that will be your TLC Tuesday show. So that will pick up right after Lip.
Yeah, we'll always have something TLC in that spot.
Yeah, what I was freaking out about, guys, is I was like, we can't fill up the TLC slot because what about Last Resort? It's going to be coming. But then I realized Last Resort goes on the main feed. It's one of our main shows.
It is. But here's the thing. I don't think we're getting Last Resort this year.
No, we're getting it in August.
Are we? Are we confirmed?
So here's what I did. I went back to season 1 and I looked and they were filming in February and it aired in August.
Okay.
So this year they were filming in February, March. So
Do we know they were filming though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there'd just been the rumor of Stacey and Florian.
No, there's been, I went on Reddit and there's been people who saw them at some Omni hotel in Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they saw like Darcy and Florian and Gino and Jasmine and like a couple others. So like they're definitely doing something.
Got it.
And this person asked Darcy for a picture and Darcy's like, I can't, we're filming. So
okay.
I can't tell you what it will mean to me to have Darcy, Stacey, and Florian on my screen again.
Oh
God.
I'm not sure what's better. Is it going to be having Florian back on our screen, or is it going to be the hours of enjoyment we'll get of Jake Anthony imitating Florian?
It is Oscar worthy.
It is Oscar worthy. Yeah.
All I know is if Michael Bluehair isn't with them, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Remember the fight? Remember the fight with Georgie and Michael Bluehair? And then I have a theory that Michael Bluehair is secretly Papa Silva's son, which I still maintain.
No, never forget the performance in the sneaker store.
I will never forget that. It's one of the first TikToks I ever made in my life.
Oh, I'm so sad there's no more Darcy Stace show.
I know, I loved it so much. Speaking of, I'm loving 90 Day UK, and I want to thank Amanda for leading me to the water.
I don't know why you ever doubt me.
You should really never doubt me. I should just sit back and you tell me what we're gonna do.
It'll become the All Amanda TV Show Joy podcast. I have to say, I finished watching The Jinx last night.
I did too. I didn't see. I'm one of these annoying people. Oh my God. My gram used to tell me this all the time. My gram was infamous.
Okay.
For getting up when there's 10 or 15 minutes left in a movie and walking out of the room. And my grandfather would go berserk. And I do the same thing. I have 10 minutes left of The Jinx to watch. Wow. So I watched almost all of it.
And it is the finale.
That Deborah.
She is a piece of work. She is a piece of work.
The Jinx season 2. I take everything back I said about Andrew Jarecki in season 1 about the timeline bullshit. He has done a masterful job with season 2.
It's been really great.
The way that he, like, even this last episode, he focuses on Deborah. And so we're going back to the trial. We're going, like, he's waited to reveal things until we got to her.
About Deborah.
And I was like, this is brilliant. This is brilliant.
She had another boyfriend the whole time.
I know. We didn't know. We didn't know this. She's like almost married to somebody else.
I know. And what was Nick Chavin's band? Porno cowboy porno?
Oh,
country porn.
Country porn.
Nick has left this mortal coil.
I know he has.
Yeah.
I know he has. Yeah. Robert Durst has left this mortal coil.
Well, Bab.
Deborah!
Bab! Oh, I love
All right. Are we ready to do this bullshit?
Let's talk about these people.
Okay. 90 Day UK, guys. Season 3, episode 2. When I fall hard.
Same. It's one of my favorite flaws.
Same. Yeah. So we're gonna start with first we have some B-roll, the White Cliffs of Dover, and guys, you don't understand how much I love gray, moody skies and 60-degree temperature.
When
England is made for me.
England and Scotland and Ireland are made for you.
Christ.
Yeah.
So seeing all this B-roll, I'm like, and these little seaside towns.
See, this is why I always like the 90 days where we're not in the U.S.
Yeah, me too. Until we're going to be in Iceland. I'm so excited.
And Ireland.
Yes. Is that Statler and Dempsey?
No, she's in England. Maybe they're in Ireland. I don't know. They were living
goes to Ireland, doesn't
They were
she?
living #van life, so maybe they're doing that in Ireland.
Right, they were.
It's possible.
They were. Okay.
But yeah, I want to go to all of these places. And
same.
This is a lot better than, Canton, Michigan, and seeing people throw smoothies at each other.
I agree. By the way, if Jasmine and Gino are on Last Resort, I'm going to cry.
They are going to be on Last Resort.
Oh, God. Okay. So, Nicole and Taher. Should we start there?
Yeah, sure.
So, Nicole lives with her parents, and her dad is Gene Wilder. Can't unsee it. Never going back.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes. Willy Wonka is her dad.
Yes. I like her. I don't mind her.
I like her too. But Dad is Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's kind of got the energy of Willy Wonka. It's a little weird.
A little strange.
She has 3 little dogs. She works as a beauty therapist, and she works at a resort with their brother, Scott. She does have, I clocked this, a dog named Penelope. which my daughter is named Penelope.
Right, after a cat.
After a cat, yes.
Yeah.
So she went on holiday last September and she went to Egypt and she met, now they were saying Taher.
Yes.
Taher.
Yeah.
He was saying Taher a little bit.
I think it's Taher. I think that's how you would say it in his accent.
So I'm going to say Taher.
Sure.
Until we get a little more clarification,
Taher.
I'll pronounce it the way I think he's saying it.
Yeah. We're never going to get it perfectly right because we don't have an Arabic accent. But
right. He was working in a hotel and she's like, oh my God, I saw him and I just slipped right off my chair and I leaned over to my fiance.
Okay.
And I was like, are you going to finish your dinner? What? You're with your fiance.
And this guy comes and takes her away.
Yeah. I mean, the fairy tale we all can dream of.
Balls on that guy.
Yeah. So Taher works at a resort and he says, yeah, I flirt with British women, but there's only one that I call Miss England. And it's Nicole. Mm-hmm. And he says she is his first and best love.
Aww.
Okay. All right. Well, save your awe because it's going to go downhill real quick. Okay. So Nicole says, here's what happened. My fiance and I went to eat in the hotel. This waiter's catching my eye. I asked for dessert. He looks dead in my face and says, I am dessert. Whoa.
Can you imagine?
Okay. This is the perfect time to tell the story of the French waitress.
Oh, okay.
So Timmy and I went to this little French restaurant and this waitress blatantly picked him up right in front of me. Like hitting him. Now, what I'm leaving out is I'm sitting there at least 7 months pregnant with his twins. And this waitress, like, she just went right for it. Wow. Even with me sitting right there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. How did Timmy handle himself in the midst of this?
Okay, so Timmy will never admit this, but he's a huge flirt too. So he's not gonna just be like, fuck off, get away from me.
Right.
So he's gonna be a little flirty back, but within reason, and he shut her down.
Okay.
Yeah. He started talking about me and our children. Yeah.
This is my wife and our 2 children in her belly right now. We're good. We don't need you. Thank you.
So I have actually experienced this very situation.
And Timmy did not fall for it, unlike Nicole.
No, he did not ditch me and move to Wilkes-Barre, where the French restaurant was located.
I'm very worried about her fiance. What happened to him?
Oh, well, okay, so she returned home and they ended their relationship.
Right, but I'm worried about him.
Maybe it's Greg.
Oh, God, what if it's Greg? And Stephanie.
Amanda, how do you feel like there's no Seeking Sister Wife this week?
I'm not okay. I'm really not going to be okay.
Me either.
Well, we're going to do our retrospective.
We're going to try to do it live. More details coming soon. Okay. I'm thinking we might just be able to do it with our patrons, but I'll figure it out. Okay. Because I want to keep the audience kind of small and people we know.
Okay.
But we'll see. Okay. Just in case it goes spectacularly wrong. So she started looking for Taher and she's like, we connected on social media. I went to Egypt a bunch of times. In total, they have spent 5.5 weeks together. So another couple that has spent some time together. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Good.
She says she
has some time together, 5.5 weeks.
Yeah, hey,
but something. I mean, by these standards, it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, they're like a real relationship.
Right.
So she says she has to make some changes to her wardrobe since he's from Egypt and he's Muslim. And he wants her to dress conservatively.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Here we go. Ugh. So he tells us Islamic religion is very important. And one of the main tenets is family. Mm-hmm. And he says he does respect all religions, but Muslim is his life.
Okay.
He has 11 brothers and sisters, and they're close. And the brothers immediately start with, when she's converted, once you convert her. I'm like, oh,
this is not going to be good.
He says she's Christian, but he tells the camera she does respect my culture.
My culture.
Good. Sure. And he tells his brothers he does want her to convert, but I got to work on it. I got to lay the groundwork for this.
That's a slow rollout. The conversion.
Yes.
We can't fast track that. We got to slow, particularly if someone is dedicated to their faith, their current faith. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a slow rollout.
Yeah, and she's Christian, so you got to do the whole Muhammad Jesus situation. You got to get that.
We got a lot to work through. Yeah. We have a lot to work through. Never mind. I don't think she's going to want to dress that conservatively.
I wouldn't either.
I would
not. I would not be able to do this at all. So he also says he wants Egyptian children who are Muslim, and he wants 3 or 4 children from her.
Okay.
Nicole is meeting her friend Paula at the pub.
Mm-hmm.
These restaurants look amazing. Next
I
week we
wanna
go
go to
to
all
like
these pubs.
the thatched thicket or something, and it looks like they're eating in one of Snow Wife's dwarves' cabins. I'm like,
You wanna
what
be
is
there.
happening?
Yes.
So she's married to an Egyptian man. Paula is. So she's a good person to get advice from.
And Paula hates her husband.
100%.
Hates.
It's her husband Mahmoud because she hates him.
She hates him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's miserable in this marriage. So it's not going to go
Just like
good.
Nicole and Mahmoud.
Right.
Are they married?
Yes.
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 Well, they'll be
Yes.
divorced by the time this airs, which is tomorrow, which is today.
Yeah, exactly.
So Paula says in Egypt, the start of a relationship is engagement. You're pushed to marry very, very quickly. Nicole goes, well, guess what? We are married.
Ding!
Whips out the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. She says, we got married in Cairo. We kept it super quiet. Even Willy Wonka wasn't there.
And Willy Wonka's not happy about it.
No, he's a miserable Willy Wonka when he hears this news.
Yeah.
So Paula's like, what? What? And Nicole says, look, what is it like to marry an Egyptian man? Tell me what I need to know. Give me the rundown. And she's like, well, you have to let him rule the house. No doubt.
Basically, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you thought you could have for your life is now gone.
Basically, you have to just submit. That's it.
She's really unhappy.
She's unhappy. And she says, it's hard work. And Nicole's like,
bing, bing. Blink.
Nicole's like, I'm only 24.
Where did Nicole Davis come from? Or Danielle Davis?
And Nicole says, well, Taher doesn't expect me to change, so we're good. Yes, he does, girl.
Yes, he does, honey.
Yeah,
he does.
Now we see the conversation with Taher and his dad, and he's pretty much like, do not forget your culture or where you came from. He says, I'm married to 3 women. Okay, is dad one of the, as we've heard of lately, the Muslim polygamists?
Maybe.
Because I couldn't tell if he was saying, I've been married to 3 women.
Right. No, I think he's married to 3 women. I think he's currently married to 3 women. Okay. I feel like we have not talked about Muslim polygamy a lot, and now it's showing up everywhere.
Yeah, the Salahuddins brought it into existence here.
And then Miriam, and then these people.
Yeah. So he also says,
my mind just got blown. Oh, why don't we fix up Miriam with the Salahuddins?
Perfect.
We're all
She's
Muslim.
As good looking.
She's as beautiful as Naila.
Right, not Naeem.
I think
not Naeem.
No. Mumble mouth? No.
Marble mouth.
And I think she could stand up to the mother.
Yes, Amanda, you've solved the problem.
Why are we putting the Salahuddins and Miriam?
I'm going to write to them.
Okay. Thank you. We have the girl for you.
Yes.
Just watch the last 2 episodes of the season in the episodes you weren't in.
Yes, exactly. So Taher kind of hems and haws, and he's like, and he leads us to believe he might be asking Nicole for a polygamy sitch.
I think he might.
I'm here for the polygamy rollout in any storyline, in any show.
Anytime, because always the wife is like, look, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Say what? Say what? Say what?
What? The other wife? What?
Are you ready for Charlotte and Johan?
Oh, Amy. Yes, I'm ready for her. I actually kind of like her.
I have to say something. He is hot.
He is hot. I don't think he's into her, but he's hot.
He's hot. He has a perfect smile.
He does. He's got a beautiful smile.
And he just has this beautiful smile. And I'm like, oh,
I would kind of like
get wrapped up in this.
He's kind of like Luis if Luis had been hot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Charlotte and Johan, she hasn't seen him in 4 months. So she's heading there to plan the wedding. She says, he's so funny, but I really need him to be focused on this wedding. And she tells him, okay, now I want to ask your opinion on this.
Okay.
She says, we're getting married in the Dom Rep. Is that a thing? No,
I don't think so. You're not even supposed to say the Dominican Republic.
Oh, you just say Dominican Republic.
Okay, like, it's like Ukraine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for educating me on that. I did not know. So
I still accidentally say the DR though, and I don't mean to.
I think I said the DR last episode.
Yeah. She's fucking off to the DR.
That's what I said last episode. Yeah,
I know. It's all coming back to me. It's early. I'm not here yet. Okay.
So she wants a nice white wedding on the beach with all their friends and family. And he's like, they're on the phone and he's like zoning out.
Oh, he could not care less.
He's like, oh, hey, yeah, woo, you got a bikini on over there. Oh, yeah. Like, not even paying attention. And she says, he does not seem happy. I hope he's just tired. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's like, who do you want to invite? And he starts rattling off names. My mom, my bro, Sean, Brian, E. Scott, Two Braids, Crutches. Everybody's coming to this wedding. Willy Wonka. He's just rolling through a list.
I want Two Braids to come to this wedding. I feel like we needed a lot more about Two
Crutches.
Braids. Oh, Crutches
in
at
DR.
this wedding.
I need Crutches.
Walking across the sand.
So she heads for a drink now with Maria. And Maria's a real hype woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I'm happy. You're happy. You know, da da da. And then she's like, I don't want you to get hurt. How do you know he's genuine? And I just wrote, this must be exhausting.
Yeah.
People always asking you the same question.
To have to constantly justify your relationship over and over and over. But I'm also going to say, if you have to constantly justify your relationship over and over again, maybe there's a problem.
True. Like if I came to you and I was like, look, Timmy has left me. Okay. And so now I'm in this new relationship with this 20-year-old hot Dominican guy who works at a resort.
Yes.
And I'm going to sell my house and leave my kids and fly down there and marry him on the beach. I don't want you to ask any follow-up questions.
Okay. Okay.
I just want you to be like, okay.
Okay. And then what I will do is I will call Jenny and I will call Steph and we will stage an intervention and lock you in a closet if that's what it takes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So Maria starts asking about the money. Do you pay for everything? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no. He helps. And she says, I get that people are skeptical, but he's making a huge sacrifice to come here. He's leaving his family. He's leaving the life he knows. He works at a resort.
I'm glad she's acknowledging that, like, yeah, he's gonna do a lot for this.
Yes.
Because I feel like the person to whom the person whose country is being moved to, quite often they're like, what's the big deal?
Right.
Like, the big deal is that this person gave up their whole life to move to your country to be with you.
Yes, 100%. And Maria says Charlotte is paying a lot here. And, they might see her as rich and think they could take advantage. And they've only spent 3 weeks in person. Okay. So they're a little bit less. And Maria says,
so it's not as serious of a relationship.
Maria says, look, you deserve the world. But she tells the camera, this is absolutely mental.
Yeah.
She says, I've watched TV programs about this 90 Day and never thought my best friend would be on a 90-day show. Later, we see Charlotte and she's packing and she's nervous. She's getting nervous. And she says there's a lot riding on this. And also, if this relationship doesn't work out for Johan, like he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's hot. He's young.
He's fine.
I'm an old hag at 30 years old. Girl,
get it together.
Look, I'm 46. I still believe in love.
When Timmy dumps you and you get your Dominican Republic boyfriend, yes, it'll be fine.
I still
or Bradley
Cooper loves me.
Or Bradley Cooper,
right? Because let's face it, Timmy's the only thing standing in the way of me and Bradley Cooper.
100%,
like of our love.
Yes.
If Timmy loved me, he would leave me and let me go pursue Bradley Cooper, and I would let him go pursue Condoleezza Rice.
Right.
Guys, for those of you who don't know, Timmy once told me he thought Condoleezza Rice was hot.
I need to look up how old she is.
He's going to be on MILF Manor with Condoleezza Rice.
How old is she? Oh, she's 69.
Oh, that's doable.
That's doable. Yeah, that's fine.
He's going to be on MILF Manor with her.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Does she have kids?
Let's see. Does she have children? Let's go to her.
Amy and Amanda Google.
I know you love it when we do these things. Academic career, provost, role in nuclear strategy, terrorism. Wow, she's got a lot on her Wikipedia page. I mean, makes sense. She's been very, very successful in her life.
She's been busy.
She has been busy.
Yeah.
Family and personal life. Has never been married and has no children.
There you go, Timmy.
There you go. She's waiting for you.
She can't be on MILF Manor because she's not a mom.
You told me I could be a MILF.
Yeah, but you're step MILF.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
You have to, Mom, I like to fuck. Mom is the first word.
It's true.
So she has to, maybe she's a dog. She could be a dog mom.
She could be. Hashtag dog mom.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
So she's packing her suntan lotion. She's like, this is the only her sunblock, sorry. And she's like, this is the only protection I'm going to be using. She's going to try real hard to get pregnant because she needs a baby in her now because she's 30 and her eggs are all rotting away.
This is such a bad idea, Amy.
You got a lot of time.
You got a lot. This is such a bad idea.
I know.
All of these idiots who want to get pregnant before the person even gets to the country are fucking idiots. Because you have no guarantee that this guy's going to be able to get there.
No. Like, if you do this, you have to go into it with,
I'm going to
be
there.
A single parent.
Oh, I'm going to be a single parent, or I'm going to have to move there in order for us to be together.
Yeah. Yep. But I truly believe, too, like, you have to, there is an 80% possibility you'll be doing this alone.
Oh, yeah. Sherlon.
Yes.
Sherlon. Yes.
Yeah. And the girl had the baby, right?
Yeah.
And like is raising it alone. Yeah.
Odin. The cutest little baby.
Okay. So
don't you remember they had to name the baby Odin because
I didn't watch that season.
Oh God. They had to name this baby Odin because Sherlon, an incredibly dark-skinned black man, is trying to convince her that he is a Viking.
Oh.
And he has Viking lineage, which is why he needs to name this baby Odin. And I'm like, I have questions.
Okay.
I feel like we need an Ancestry.com deep dive.
Was that Love in Paradise season 1?
It's Love in Paradise season 1 or 2.
Okay,
yeah.
Season 1 is the only one I didn't see.
Okay.
Love in Paradise.
Then that's
so it's got to be there. You're right, 1 or 2, because maybe I didn't see 2. I saw. Yeah. What are we doing now? 4?
4, yeah.
And I did 3 with Mary Payne. So 1 and 2 I didn't see.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It was just like, I need you to do a really deep ancestry dive here because I have questions.
Yeah,
about how this is all working.
23andMe, and I want to see that Nordic.
I need to see some Viking blood in you.
Yeah. Yep. Jesus. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So Mom is like, oh God, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's like, look, I'm going to be safe. You're just being super dramatic. Johan will protect me. I'll be fine. The next day she arrives in Dominican Republic and she hopes he's there waiting for her at the airport. Then we do 24 hours earlier.
Hopes he's there.
Hopes he's
good.
There. We do 24 hours earlier. They're a big fan of this on the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the 24 hours earlier.
Johan says any work is very important and he's heading back to the resort bar that we've seen him at. He must either work in that specific restaurant bar or know this guy really well. So he's having a drink and he says his work is everything. Then he heads home and he's talking with Mom, who looks 22. And he says to Mom, do you approve of Charlotte? Mom says, yes, this is a very good opportunity for you. Then he's talking, I know. Then he's talking about how they went to the ATM and they took out money for the roof after Hurricane Fiona. And that's it. That's where we leave them. So she's at the airport like, is he going to show up? And he's like, chatting with Mom about strategy.
Yeah.
And here we go.
I have to say, though, Charlotte giving them money for this stuff, for his mother's medication and for them to have a roof,
I have to say something.
I have no problem with this.
I have to say something. I don't think people realize, like, these people on this show, okay, specifically Johan, is working to literally feed his family.
Yeah.
Charlotte has a lot of privilege. Why would you not give this man money for a roof?
Shit, I don't know the guy and I'd send him $200 for a roof.
How could you look upon somebody who did something like that and think that's a bad thing?
Right.
Like Jamie and Kathleen, same thing. This pissed me off.
His mom is such a dick.
Such a dick. Like, why would you not? It's not a bad thing to help somebody out with their medication.
No.
Oh, it's so gross and it's so privileged to think like, he's using me.
And if this is how they're being used, oh well. Yeah, you did a good thing for the world.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Buying that family a new roof probably was life-changing for them.
Yes. I mean, we saw
and a $200 new roof. We're not talking a $20,000 asphalt shingled roof situation. We're talking some sheet metal on top of a house.
We saw this with Brandon and Mary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the little bit of money that Brandon sent Mary allowed her grandparents to like
To have a
build a
house.
structure that they could feel safe in
Mm-hmm.
when they were facing bad weather, when they were, you know what I mean? Like, it changed their life.
Of course it did.
And if you do nothing else, you've done that.
The fact that Brandon bought them a house or, gave them money so they could build a house is the least problematic part of that whole story.
Exactly. I agree. It's such an asshole way to think.
It really is. I don't care for it. I think we can do better as people.
I do too. So speaking of terrible humans, let's go to Jamie and Kathleen.
Okay, good.
Jamie's a dick bag. Okay, I'm here from the future to tell you, don't marry the guy who collects wrestling figurines. Don't marry the guy who spends his money on video games and figurines and lives with his mom. Don't
marry the guy who lives with his mom and his mom does everything for him.
Don't marry this guy. I did it once. I'm not talking about Timmy, my ex-husband. I did it once.
Yeah, don't marry this guy.
I would be crying that we couldn't pay our electric bill and his computer room was filled with figurines of action figures and shit. No. So Jamie collects wrestling figurines and it looks like he's got a WrestleMania bedspread. I don't know what's happening.
Because he's 12.
We see some
He has
Steve
the emotional
Austin.
maturity of a 12-year-old.
We see Steve Austin. We see Ultimate Warrior. We see Hulk Hogan. I don't know what's happening. He says he has 2,000 of these things. This is what I'm talking about. This guy has 2,000 wrestling figurines and Kathleen is working to send money to her family so they can eat.
How much do one of these wrestling figurines cost?
It depends. Is he buying them like at a flea market or that kind of situation?
Wrestling figurines.
He's probably getting some of them used because they look vintage.
Sure.
So I'm thinking he's buying the money, but like, you can't go to a store right now and buy a Hulk Hogan figurine. That's going to be something that's in a flea market or.
Right. Let's see.
Let's say each one is $5, which I'm being conservative.
Okay.
That's
$1,000.
I think they're a lot more than
that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This one, if just some rando, is $23 at Walmart.
No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. $5 times that would be $10,000. Right?
Yeah. And you're giving him a hard time about sending $200 to some woman who is working like 70 hours a week.
Yeah, this is such privilege.
It's such privilege.
Oh, it's bad. So he has 2,000 of these figurines. He says Kathleen has no idea. He, holds the camera in a very strategic way so she can't see because she will fucking kill you.
Yes, I would kill. Yeah, no.
So he's super excited to go to Cyprus and see her. And she doesn't know if she'll be able to see him because she's working. And they're on the phone and she's like, I'm working so hard because I have to send money back home to my family. And that's another thing. Like, it's so admirable for these people to want to send money back to their families. And we see this a lot.
Yes.
And
that's what all of these folks, not all, but like
they're not.
So many of these foreign people are coming just to send money back to their family.
Right. This is not a situation like Lodlu.
No.
Love During Lockup, where people are like, asking for $200 so they could buy, I don't know, Amazon gift cards or put it towards an iPhone.
Right. This or a like, Dyson hair wrap or whatever.
And it's not always about survival. I don't mean to sound like white savior-ish. I don't want to sound that way. But a lot of times it is about survival. And Kathleen tells us it is. She is supporting her family.
On HEA right now, we've got Ashley and Manuel. And he wants money to send back to his family. He's not asking her for anything.
Right.
Other than money to feed his children.
Right. You're right, though. There's a lot of privilege around this and drives me crazy. Okay. So she doesn't know if she'll be able to see him, like I said. And she says to the camera, when boys marry women in my country, they give the woman their paycheck to help support their family.
Okay.
And he says, this is troubling. So she's on the phone with him.
Right.
Here, let's reenact. Okay.
Okay. This
you
will be good.
Jamie, and you're just chatting with me about the Cyprus visit. Okay, I'm Kathleen.
So, Kathleen, I'm so excited.
Sorry. I'm so tired. I just worked a 27-hour shift. What?
Aren't you excited for me to come visit? We're going to go to that favorite restaurant that you love so much.
I'm coming. I'll be right there. Yes. But you know what? Like, oh God, my mom's so hungry. I have to send some. So let me call you back. I got to get to the post office to send $25 to my mom.
Yeah, but I want to tell you about my figurines.
Yeah, my mom didn't eat today. My grandma's diabetic and she has no money for insulin.
Right. Yeah. Wow. I can't wait for our vacation together. It's going to be so much fun.
I gotta go. I gotta work 17 more hours. Like, this
we're going to bang so much.
This is the disconnect with this fucking moron.
Yeah. Yeah. They're existing on two different planets.
He's like, she's hinting. No, she's not. She is telling you what her life is like.
Yeah. And it ain't good.
No.
She's working her ass off.
Yeah.
Now, I think she's kind of a bitch, but that's okay.
That's okay. You know what? If she's a bitch to this guy, I'm here
fine.
for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he tells her, well, you know what? In the UK, women support themselves and men support themselves. Again, what a fucking privileged thing to say to somebody. There are cultures in this world where they believe in taking care of family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's okay.
And many of them live in England. Like,
yes. So
he's just such a child.
He's such an asshole. And this is rhetoric. He's parroting his mother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So Kathleen is 37 and she tells us she's a domestic helper in Cyprus. She works 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. That's 72 hours a week.
Yeah, that's insane.
Again, I don't know what the labor laws are in Cyprus, but that's too much.
That's too much for sure.
She met Jamie through her friend Zena, who is
warrior
married...
princess. I can't hear Zena without saying warrior princess.
Who is married to an English man. She's also married to an English man. She's talking with Zena and she tells Zena, Jamie is not sending me any money. And Zena's like, what?
What?
Dennis gives me a weekly allowance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wrote, what is he fucking doing? That's another thing. If he didn't have it, that's fine.
Right.
You don't have it. I don't expect you to go out and take 2 jobs to feed her family. But you're spending it on wrestling figurines.
No, Amy, really the only reason he's not sending her money is because of his mommy.
Yep.
Because of his mommy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His terrifying mommy.
Yes. So Zara says, hang in there. Once we're in the UK and we're married, we can get better jobs. Mm-hmm. And Kathleen says, he has no money to marry me or to bring me to the UK. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
I don't like the mom.
And it is not, I just want to be very clear and clarify my remarks. Like, it is not every single person who lives in a developing country is poor. I'm not saying that.
No, of course not.
I'm just saying the people we're meeting that we're seeing on this show are talking about how hard they have to work to support their families.
Right. Yeah. No one's thinking you're fine.
I know. All right. Are we ready for the main event?
Oh, I love that every show we have one couple that we're like, these are the people. It'll always be Sprite and John at the end, just like it was always the Merrifields at the end, just
Sprite
like it's always
everything.
Sperm Kyle. Yeah.
Sprite is everything.
I love this guy. I mean, I hate him. He's awful.
But
I love him.
And you know what? John is a real cutie.
John is fucking adorable and deserves so much better than this guy.
110%. Yes.
He could have the cutest boyfriend. He could just be a little bear for that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it would be a delight.
A guy who would appreciate that this guy can cook, he can forage, he can do his own shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So John's a nervous wreck at the airport and Sprite is messaging him and saying his bag is missing. John's like, oh, fuck. This is going to be a goddamn nightmare. He's like, Sprite is going to be real pissed off.
Sprite's not showing up happy.
So Sprite comes in and John's like, oh, hey, honey, how are you? How are you? And Sprite tells the camera, John got real fat. And when I hug him, he's way too big for me. Mm-hmm. John's hugging him and sobbing.
Yes. And Sprite's like, pat, 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 pat.
Sprite is Jenny. In my life, my sister, who, I want to give her a nice warm hug, and she's just like, side hug.
That's good enough, yeah. Sprite hates him.
So on the way home, Sprite is like, I cannot be happy because my bag is gone. And they're driving to John's house, which is in the countryside at night. And Sprite is like, where the fuck are we going? Where are we going?
Sprite thought he was going to London. Sprite thought he'd be in downtown London.
This is very, again, I'm going to bring it back to the hours. This is very keeping Virginia Woolf in the countryside when she just wants to take that train to London.
That's right.
Yes. So John says, I'm nervous for him to see our house, but I have a surprise.
Oh, Amy.
Oh, dear Lord.
God.
Okay.
This is not going to be good.
Then we get a 24 hours earlier. Mm-hmm. And John is decorating the room with a bunch of beautiful little fairy lights, and he's putting pictures of them all along the wall.
Oh,
And he's
God.
like, oh God, I have to pick pictures that Sprite looks good in, or he will murder me in my sleep.
Yes. I think being in a relationship with Sprite would be terrifying.
Oh my God, yes.
He'd kill you at any moment.
So they get in Amanda, and what is Sprite's reaction?
He don't like it. He thinks it's creepy as fuck. He thinks that John is going to try to wear him as a skin suit.
He thinks it's like, he's like, what is this? Now, what would your reaction be? If after like 3 or 4 months of dating Todd, you came,
Yeah.
he brought you somewhere, you
Yeah.
came in and there were all these pictures of you guys together on the wall, what would your reaction be?
I think it was a little over the top, but a sweet attempt at something.
Yes, I would be like, okay.
I'd feel like I think for me it would feel just a little juvenile.
You
know,
like teenagery?
Teenagery, yes, teenagery, obsessed with their boy. Your daughters might do this.
My daughters have this in their rooms.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes, they have the exact setup with pictures with their friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sprite is like, I don't know what's going on. And one thing I missed is Sprite tells the camera, what am I doing here? This house is small. It's in the middle of nowhere. And he says to John, you're going to move, right? We're moving. And John's like, no, I'm not. No.
I live here. I like it here.
So the next morning they wake up and they're going to Cornwall. And Sprite looks like he's being held prisoner in the bed. He's like against his will.
As John's like all over him. He's like, oh God, make him stop touching
Amanda,
me.
do you think they banged?
No.
Oof. Okay. All right.
Maybe.
I thought maybe. I don't know. I'm
afraid that Sprite's going to reject him because of his size.
This is awful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it. That's like listen, I would enjoy this storyline a lot better if I knew John was okay in the end.
Yeah.
And I do believe if this crashes and burns, John will be much better off.
John will be fine in the long run. His heart will be broken, but he will be fine.
But I'm here to watch this go down. I really am. So now Sprite has to pick out an outfit of John's to wear. And he's disgusted by John's clothing. And he tells the camera his style is homeless. And Sprite asks the camera, where does John buy these fucking clothes? Sprite tells the camera, if I were dead, I wouldn't wear these clothes. Wow.
He is
savage. He is a savage gay.
He is real opinionated.
A savage gay.
He is a savage gay.
So they head to Cornwall now, and John is like, you love me, right? You love me, right? And Sprite's just like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Love you so much.
Did you watch this week's Love During Lockup yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, this is Andy and Candace right here.
Oh, no.
You love me, right? You love me, right? You love me, right? Yeah. Sprite pretty much berates him the entire ride. And John tells the camera, I kind of worry I'm not good enough for him. You think? You are good enough for him, but he doesn't think that.
No. He's the problem here, John, not you.
John is like, would you want to move to Cornwall? No. Why not? I'm a city person. I need to go to London. Well, I thought you said you could be with me anywhere. I would die. Oh my God. So they get to this hostel, which is where they're staying. And John's like, this was $40 a night. You can't beat it.
Right.
You guys know how I am about hotels.
I know. And Sprite is you in this moment.
I'm going to tell you, literally, I would rather sleep out on a bench out on the beach than to sleep in this room.
Wow.
I really would.
Wow.
I really would.
You really need to unpack this
or
with
just,
Janet.
I'd rather sleep in the car. I'd rather sleep in the car.
This with Janet. This is bad.
So Sprite is like, this place is cheap, but they are right on the beach. It's beautiful. Yeah. John's like, then he says, calm down, Sprite.
Never what you say to somebody, particularly a bitchy queen. Don't say that to a bitchy queen.
No. So that's where we end. Next time on, Nicole is telling a table of friends how Egypt is a different culture.
You think?
John drags a moody Sprite around shopping and playing beer pong.
And surfing.
Charlotte is waiting for her fiance, but he's working. Okay, so last time in episode 1, I asked you who you thought was going to make it or break it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now let's go through our predictions because I don't have we met any new couples? Yes, Nicole and Taher. So we have to add them. Okay, so let me add them to the list.
Sure.
Nicole and Taher. So what are your thoughts on them?
I think they're going to make it.
Okay.
I think they're going to make it.
I'm also going to join you on this.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have the same problems that like Nicole and Mahmoud have, but this Nicole is a lot better than American Nicole. And Taher seems to be a lot more open and thoughtful than Mahmoud.
And there could be a little bit of, I don't doubt that this man loves his religion.
Sure.
But there could be a little bit of, I'm just kind of telling my, you know who it reminds me of? Here we go. The girl who moved to India, not Jenny, Kimberly.
Oh, yes.
And TJ.
Yes. TJ, yeah.
Okay. It reminds me of Kimberly and TJ in that TJ was kind of telling his family what they wanted to hear, but he was not planning on making Kimberly adhere to all of the customs and,
No.
And I feel like we might have a little bit of that going on here.
We might. I feel like what TJ did was he told everybody what they wanted to hear.
Yes. Okay.
And I don't know if Tahir's doing that or not.
You're right. Yep.
TJ was cute though.
TJ was real cute. They're not together though. She's back in the States.
I know. It's a shame. I
believed
in their love.
Remember his brother?
Oh, wait.
Was his name Raj? Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah,
how am I remembering this, Amanda?
I don't know. Usually this is me. But yeah, no, oh my God. His brother was a lot and hated her. Wanted to bang her.
He wanted to bang her. That was my theory. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hated her or wanted to bang her. Or both. He could have hate banged her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Okay, guys, let me look at the schedule and see what we got coming. So this is Thursday. This will drop hopefully today. So you're going to get episode 3 hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll be caught up.
Yes.
And then the regular 90-day UK will air. It will take the place of our beloved Seeking Sister Wife on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So episode 4 will be on Wednesday. Tess and I will be dropping the last episode of The Jinx.
Good.
On Monday. And Amanda and I will be back for our Sister Wives rewatch Saturday. Love During Lockup Sunday. We're just raw dogging you with content to steal a phrase.
Sorry, folks. You have to keep listening to us.
Yep. And then, oh my God, McBee Dynasty is getting so fucking good.
Okay. I need to get caught up with it.
Okay. My favorite phrase, those boys are a menace.
Okay.
That father is a menace.
The father's a problem.
To his entire society.
I've only watched the first episode and the father's a problem, so I can't wait.
I also hope you guys are enjoying MILF Manor that dropped today.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought of Bro and Trunkle. I was laughing so hard when I listened back to it, when I was editing it. We were talking about Bro's father died on the jet ski in the middle of the lake.
We're terrible people.
Another thing I want to talk about is Amanda and I want to cover that film about Aubrey Gordon that we were talking about, Your Fat Friend.
Yes.
However, here's the problem I have with it. It's streaming on Jolt Films website, but it costs $15 to watch. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's accessible to a lot of people. So I'm trying to find out, I'm messaging the production company and try to find out, is it going to go onto a streaming site?
Right.
Ever. You know what I mean?
And if it's not, I think we just have to bite the bullet and do it. We
might have
to. If it's not accessible to folks, we'll talk about it in such a way that people can get it without having watched it.
Yeah, you're right.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that episode will be like 12 hours.
13.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you'd like to support the show, please consider signing up for extra content, Patreon, Supercast, or Apple subscriptions. And again, a hearty thank you to all of you who have already. We really appreciate you. And if you can't, that's fine. Please support us by leaving a 5-star review.
Yes, that's great. And we've gotten some really beautiful reviews lately.
I don't even know what's happening right now with these backdoor friends. They're the best audience. I have the best audience.
You guys are the best.
Period. All right, Amanda, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon.
Take care, everyone.